Here's what nobody tells you about thumbnails. You can spend 3 hours in Photoshop making something that looks amazing and get 47 views. Or you can make this in 2 minutes and get 2 million views. So what's the difference? The difference is that one thumbnail looks good to you, while the other thumbnails work on the human brain. And here's the brutal truth. You've been optimizing for the wrong thing all the time. You've been trying to make thumbnails that look professional when you should have been making thumbnails that trigger psychological responses. And so look at these thumbnails. The first versions that I made look decent, but they failed the only job that matters, which is making someone click. And so in just a minute, I'll show you the one-click AI thumbnail generator that transforms these thumbnails into perfect thumbnails automatically that actually makes people click. And so in this video, let me show you how this works, because with this AI tool, your next viral video is just one generation away. And I'll show you how to make your first 50 thumbnails completely free, which is a limited time offer, and so if it's gone, so be quick. Alright, so here I am inside of the one-click AI thumbnail generator. I'll leave a link in the description down below so that you can follow along if you want to. So I started using this tool because it does something insane. It doesn't just make thumbnails with one single prompt, it then scores them on the exact 5 metrics that determine whether someone will click or scroll past. So when you type in whatever you want to create and then click generate, it's gonna make that thumbnail within a few seconds. So here's how it breaks down every thumbnail. Number 1, virality. Does it have broad appeal or is it too niche? Number 2, clarity. Can someone understand what this is about in 0.3 seconds? Because that's all you get. Number 3, the idea. Is the concept actually interesting or is it just kind of there? Number 4, curiosity. Does this make me need to know what happens next? Literally forcing me to click. And number 5, emotion. Does this make me feel something? Because logic makes people think, but emotion makes people click. Alright, so look at this. I gave it a prompt, make a thumbnail for this video title, the freewheeler that required a license to kill. Use an ultra-realistic image of a reliant Robin. The text must be tilt on sight. And then this is the first result that it generated. It has a score, as you can see, a 79. Now that's already pretty solid, and this thumbnail looks pretty okay right away, but let's take a look at how we can make this a lot better, forcing people to click, getting you a ton more views by clicking on the score in the top left corner, so that we can see what the AI tells us. And as you can see, it's gonna tell you exactly what you need to improve in order to make this a great thumbnail. So regarding virality, it says, show the reliant Robin mid-tip instead of standing flat. The movement will add drama and makes the moment feel more intense. Exaggerate the tilt or add motion blur so people instantly sense the danger, which I would agree with. Then for clarity, it says that it's already pretty good. There's contrast, text, and framing are already perfect. Keep the same balance of simplicity and focus. It reads instantly, even on small screens. The one that scores the worst is emotion, and here's what it says. It looked clean but too static. Add a real reaction or something chaotic to make viewers feel the risk or absurdity. Even a driver's shocked face could push this score up. So overall, it's clear what this video will be about, but it's not making the viewer feel the danger or curiosity. It's too static. And so in order to improve this, now watch what happens when I click on the one-click fix button right here. And there we go. You can see that the score now is 99, and here's what it says. As for virality, it says huge broad appeal thanks to the title, which it actually changes as well to the stupidest car of all time, and the pure what the factor of a car that literally cannot turn. You can see that the other elements score very strongly as well, and then emotion is the one that really went up. You can feel the chaos from the motion and dust. It's dramatic but still funny. And so within one simple prompt, I generated this already good looking thumbnail, and then within one click of a button, I made it into a much better one that actually makes people click. It's the same car, but now it's mid-tilt with dust flying everywhere. And so that's the difference between a thumbnail that looks okay and a thumbnail that makes someone need to click. And this took literally 10 seconds, one click, and that's it. And what I like is that the AI tells you exactly why this one works better. You're not just getting a better thumbnail, you're getting a lesson in thumbnail psychology every single time that you use this. And by the way, Pikzels' scoring system isn't random. It's built on data and experience. They've analyzed hundreds of thousands of viral videos to identify what consistently drives clicks and retention, breaking it down into those 5 key pillars that I've just shown shown you. And it's not just, by the way, the data, because the system is blended with real-world YouTube experience of the two founders behind Pikzels, which means it understands context and nuance, which something pure AI cannot do. And it doesn't just judge the thumbnails just based on numbers, but also by how well they fit the actual video, niche, and audience intent. Alright, that was just a quick little taste of what this can do. There's 3 ways that you can actually use this, and I'm gonna show you all of them because each one is insane. So first of all, you've got prompt a video. This is the simplest way. You just describe what you want and it creates it. So say I want to create a luxury lifestyle thumbnail about Cristiano Ronaldo. I'll type in Ronaldo standing confidently in front of a sleek private jet labeled CR7 Air with bold golden text 67M displayed on or near the jet. And so I'm gonna click generate, and then here's what it generates. The score for this is 38, which is not great. However, here's where the one-click fix comes in perfectly. Just like we saw with the Reliant Robin, going from 79 to a 99 score, and undoubtedly being a better thumbnail that makes people click. So for this thumbnail, if I click on the 38 score, the analysis shows a couple points that can be improved. And so I click on the one-click fix button, and then here's what the updated version looks like. The score is now 96, it added this YouTube title as well, and it's now a thumbnail that actually makes people click. And of course, as usual, it will break down all of the changes it made and why this is a better thumbnail right here. And so feel free to pause the video and give them a read. And so the prompt to thumbnail feature is perfect to bring any idea to life and make it highly clickable. And so all of these thumbnails up on the screen here are generated in under 2 minutes. No Photoshop, no design skills, just a single prompt and some one-click fixes. But here's where it gets crazy. You can also paste any YouTube URL and it will recreate that thumbnail style with your face or your unique idea applied to it. So I'm taking a thumbnail that already has tons of views and then I'm making it my own version in just 10 seconds. And yes, before you ask, it's 100% ethical. Top YouTubers do this all the time. Ryan Trahan makes a thumbnail, then the Royalty family makes their version, and then Tyler makes his version. It's called using proven formats. For example, this video about why everyone is leaving Spotify is going absolutely crazy. It has over 500,000 views in just 8 days. So it's safe to say that the thumbnail design works. And so say I want to make a similar style video about how Roblox lost $4 billion in 48 hours, which by the way was brainstormed by Pikzels title generator. I can copy and paste the thumbnail URL into Pikzels and then insert the changes that I want to make. For example, replace with Roblox logo and click generate. The AI will now analyze what makes the original thumbnail work, the composition, the emotion, the contrast, and apply those principles to your video idea. As you can see, it changed that perfectly to the video that I will make. So now I have a proven thumbnail format for my own video, which doesn't compete with the original one in any way, which is why it's ethical and works so well. And by the way, you can also do this with thumbnails that have people on it, including yourself. And so for example, if I take this original thumbnail, paste in the URL, and then say, replace the toy in his hand with a Rolex and Yuri persona, which I can apply by clicking right here, and then choosing myself here, which by the way, you can click on create and add any person in here that you want, and then generate. And as you can see, that works perfectly. Now I can do the same with Mr. Beast, as you can see here, or any other person for which you've added them as a persona inside of Pikzels. I can also compare the original version, which looks like this, and swipe to the left and then see how it changed it, which it did perfectly following my instructions. But this is the feature that changes everything, and it's brand new inside of this Pikzels version 3.2. You can now upload your own thumbnail, for example, the one you spend 3 hours making in Canva, and it will score it based on all the metrics that I've shown you before. It will tell you exactly what's wrong, then click expand to get detailed advice for each metric, and then click the one-click fix button for the AI to then fix your thumbnail based on its own advice. Let me show you how that works. So I'm gonna drag my thumbnail in here, which currently looks like this, and then the title that I had for this video was "The Side of Japan Nobody Talks About." I'm then gonna click on analyze, and it's gonna do the work for me. And so the original score for this thumbnail is 32. It says it's too dark, it's too vague, and culturally specific. And so if I click on the one-click fix button and let it generate, here's what the upgraded version now looks like, which has a score of 91. It is a powerful message that hits universally. The text is raw and uncomfortable, making people want to click. Or look at this Mike Tyson one. The score went from 24 to 99. The original was a cartoon style kind of thumbnail that felt like a fan art, but the improved one is very clear. The contrast between Tyson's expression and the bold bankrupt text really makes you understand what this is about right away and gets you to click immediately. So with this, you're getting a thumbnail coach and a thumbnail designer in one tool, which is honestly really cool to see. And so having you shown all of that, here's the thing about thumbnails that nobody wants to admit. Your thumbnail is the only thing standing between your video and actually getting views. You could make the best video of your life, the editing could be perfect, the content could be life-changing, but if 100 people see your thumbnail and only 2 people click, you're done. The YouTube algorithm is not gonna promote you because YouTube doesn't care about how good your video is. YouTube, first of all, cares about one metric, click-through rate. And your CTR is determined by 2 things, your thumbnail and title. And so you can either spend $500 per thumbnail hiring a designer, spend 500 hours learning Photoshop and still probably make mediocre thumbnails, or spend 2 minutes with an AI that understands thumbnail psychology better than 99% of designers and can actually make it come to life within one single click. In my opinion, the choice is pretty obvious. And here's what's crazy. I've seen creators use this, including myself, to go from hundreds of views per video to over 20,000 views per video on average. It's the same content, the same editing, just different thumbnails, 100 times the views. And that's the power of understanding what actually makes people click. And the good part, right now, most creators still don't know that this exists. They're still spending hours in Canva or paying designers hundreds of dollars per thumbnail. But luckily, you're about to have an unfair advantage. And so here's what I want you to do. Pikzels has a 7-day free trial right now where you can make up to 50 thumbnails completely free. Click the link in the description for that and go ahead and sign up. Then generate your first thumbnail. Pick your next video idea, write a single prompt describing what you want, and watch it create a professional thumbnail in seconds. Then look at the score it gives you, read the breakdown on all 5 metrics, see what it tells you about the virality, clarity, and emotion so that you understand what is not the best here, and then click one-click fix and watch it transform into something even better. And look, I'm not saying every thumbnail will go viral, but I am saying that with better thumbnails, you'll finally know it's not your content that is the problem. It's been your thumbnails this whole time. Fix that and everything changes. I promise you, within 5 minutes of using this, you'll understand more about thumbnail psychology than you learned in the last 6 months of watching these basic YouTube tutorials. Because once you see why thumbnails work, you cannot unsee it. Every thumbnail you look at, you'll start analyzing it automatically. You'll start thinking like the top 1% of creators. And better thumbnails mean more views, which means faster growth, which means you make more money. And so remember, your next viral video is just one thumbnail away. The link is in the description. There's a 7-day free trial, and because you're watching this during the Black Friday week, Pikzels is currently running 2 insane deals. 500 free credits when you sign up instead of 100, plus 44% off annual plans, which ends December 1st. So if you're watching this before that, you're in luck. And so don't comment in 4 weeks from now still asking for that discount. This is the moment to take action. Sign up, test it out, and then I'll see you in the next one.